what it looks
Your
like.
quick reference. I mean, it definitely likes the sharpening, though.
Have you had the Cassini? Hey, Bob, have you had the Cassini rings this sharp?
Yeah, that can be that PixInsight program we worked with yesterday,
Yeah.
Joe. It would sharpen these up considerably.
Oh, now wait a second. You've got it on its side too, almost in the right position.
Yes. Yes,
I missed that.
Yeah,
And look at the shadow that Jupiter's casting
On the rings.
the ring.
Yeah.
yeah. That's a nice image. That's going to clean up really
Yeah,
nice.
that shadow too. It has that opposite concave. There's an optical illusion that goes on with the shadow back there on the back rings that it actually curves to the left. Right, you can't quite see it there, but that's a great shot though. Can't.
That totally amazed me. Y'all see how rough the conditions are and everything, and
Yeah.
I mean, you pick the right settings within the auto and everything. It knows what to do with the percentage you plugged into it. So
You can see the hexagon. I mean, you can basically see the corner of the hexagon up top.
Yeah, it looks good. You really did a good job, Bob.
Yeah,
well,
that's a nice image.
That is really.
Almost the one I got.
I mean that's one freaking video. If you can imagine,
That's 1 minute.
That's 1 minute. Yes.
1 minute capture. That's exactly what that is, and it was stacked. And I mean,
And that was the big fear when we were setting up the planetary mount. We didn't know just how stable the air is up here, but obviously it's stable enough to work it with the programs and everything. So
That's pretty awesome.
well, I tell you, I think we ended up making a right choice with that setup.
we have had not one inkling of a vibration, which I was expecting, and all that for the height we got it installed. So
Oh, that's the big tall one?
yes.
Yeah.
And the camera, the 462, is a fantastic little camera for.
I was pretty interested to see about the vibrations and movement, and flexure and stuff.
Hadn't noticed one bit of vibration yet.
Really don't show in that picture.
I think Bob has the god of vibration on his side, considering with the pier that we started off with, at 12 feet tall, to have, we didn't have no vibration out of that 12-foot tall pier, so.
Yeah, but it was 2 foot in diameter, full of concrete.
It was a massive pier.
It was full of sand. It was sand. It was full of sand.
Yeah. It was a big pier.
Filled up. So
That was a big one.
Yeah, Bob definitely has the god.
the biggest thing is you don't need to be bouncing around doing handstands around the mounts and all that crap when you're out imaging of some sort. So
That's correct. Yeah.
Now, Bob, I think it's a good idea of making sure that you have wire clearance for rotation.
it would make things much simpler. Yes,
You're going to have a much easier life by rotating it.
I will do that tomorrow.
And to be honest with you, with the frame rate being so high, excuse me, you could actually end up moving it to exactly the position you want it to while it's taking images.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
on
do
my
the story that works.
21st image in M27.
I have a question for everybody who's here. How much issue has these Starlink satellites been for y'all? An issue? You rarely see them. Do you see them?
You do see them. You do see them.
42, you're going to see a ton of satellites.
Yeah, you got to see them. The thing that I was really afraid of is that you were going to see like 6 of them in a row go by.
Right.
And and even though I do get satellites come across my images, you'll get like one coming across.
Right.
And it's not like a comb going across your image. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when you're talking M42, so they're on base. Well, actually, they're gonna network around the whole globe. So maybe
They're not concentrated enough to really kill us. Okay.
Yeah.
But having said that, the software is getting better to accommodate getting rid of those satellites, even the diagonal ones. So
even diagonal satellites that go through, the software can take care of that. Processing software.
I shouldn't say this out loud, but I haven't seen one yet on M27 image.
No, I've seen my share.
I was out one night and I just happened to look up north west, and I saw one satellite, and I just thought it was going to be a normal satellite, and wouldn't you know, like 22 followed that one. And it just...
It is so, man, when you see the 50 or 60 up there, it really is pretty to see.
Yeah, I
I've
mean,
seen about 3
and
of them so far, but
yeah, and I was like, I was talking to my neighbor too, and I said, John, look up. I said, you know, I've known about these things, but there they are. I said, I watched that one. 'Cause a lot of times I go out at night, and I'm always looking for something. I'm always looking up. Sure as everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They just kept on coming. I'm saying, yep.
Did you guys happen to? I'm looking on Facebook right now. Did you guys happen to see that guy that captured the what do you call it, telescope, the Hubble?
No, I have
Keep
not.
keep talking. What are you talking about?
He captured the Hubble telescope with his telescope.
Oh, yeah. There's yeah.
He was he shot an image of it.
I mean, there's always guys going after that stuff. They spend their whole, astronomical telescope time going after satellites and stuff like that. Let me see if
But
I
I
can.
was pretty. I'm scrolling through here now. I was pretty impressed with how he
was it
did
pretty
it.
clear?
Yeah, it was decently clear. Decently clear.
Well, you consider it's it's about 340 something miles off the surface. I guess it's still pretty far,
Yeah.
but astronomer takes a picture of Hubble.
You guys should look at a guy on Facebook called Maxi Vieras. He's down in Chile.
Uh-huh.
He's taking pictures with the Dobsonian, and he's pushing hand tracking
Cat,
on
what's that?
deep sky objects, and they are gorgeous. And he is hand tracking this stuff with the Dobsonian.
That's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, hey, was there a transit of? No, look at this image. Let me bring it over.
Of what? Jupiter?
Just see the moon and Saturn.
Doesn't show it on the app as a transit.
I see it.
How fast?
That might be a Photoshop special or something too.
Yeah, but it's from Astronomers Without Borders.
Well, you think that'd be real loud?
Yeah.
Oh, it probably was at some point. Yeah, there's a transit not long ago, I think.
That's
back.
interesting.
It is not tonight. Definitely not
Oh.
tonight.
No, it's not tonight.
So this guy here caught the International Space Station with a ZWO.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
I have a friend that what the heck is his name? That's what he does. Basically, what it comes down to is the software to track that stuff.
Well, believe it or not, SkyX can track that.
Yes, AP something. But yeah,
The quality of the images in the past 5 years have gotten phenomenal on tracking the space station and getting that quality of image right there. These cameras are amazing.
yeah. My friend, he was able to get one of the modules, because you have to hit it just at the right time to catch some of these modules that are attached to the space station, and he got it about as clear as that. Clear or equal to that, and then he zoomed in and he said, well, this is this module and this is that. They got some new solar panels up there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why these guys they kind of go after the object, the International Space Station, to keep track of all these upgrades. And I reread that article about that Chang'e 5 satellite that came from Lagrange point 1 back to the moon. And it was just private astronomers. There's 3 of them who use their software, and they track satellites, and they recognized that it wasn't in position, that it was, and then they were able to determine its trajectory back toward the moon for unknown reasons. That's the satellite that went to the moon, picked up material, and sent it back to Earth. Chinese got a bunch of moon material recently.
Wow.
Yeah, off of this satellite, and then it went out to the Lagrange point and headed back to the moon. And then they've got two rovers. They got a larger rover and a smaller rover on the backside of the moon, and it's they have moved 733 meters. Good distance, 733 meters or something like that since they've been on there. But that's information released by the.
Wow. Well, I can't find that image of the Hubble telescope.
Gentlemen, I'm fixing to start parking everything and shutting the roof and all that good stuff because
Okay, Bob.
the semi's still hanging